following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
A local museum has seen better days, but a facelift is in the near future.
And a union leader faced speculations in the face of cuts and faculty layoffs.
But first,
I don't know how the governor and the leaders can turn their backs on the victims of this budget fight.
those bold words from U.S. Senator Dick Durbin talking about the dire state of Illinois now in its 9th month without a budget.
And that's where we begin this afternoon. Durbin angry at failure, his home state, to pass a budget.
The 2016 fiscal year ends June 30th, and many analysts say it's not out of the question we may not have a state budget for 2016 at all. Durbin was in Macomb Sunday night at the McDonough County Democratic Party dinner. He feels too many people have been hurt by programs not being funded during the impasse.
You know, the victims have been single moms who need help with daycare. They've been families with people who have mental disabilities, and now they're families of low-income students who are trying to finish college. You know, it doesn't take any political courage to hurt innocent people.
Durbin serves in the second highest ranking position amid Senate Democrats. Also at Sunday night's dinner, attendees thanking State Senator John Sullivan, who won't be running for re-election this year. Sullivan is a Macomb native and was first elected into the Senate in 2002. He says he wants to see constituents share their opinions with state officials.
We need to hear from our constituents so that we know what they support and what they don't support. But I think you need to take it to the next step as well, and I think you need to go clear up to the governor's office and the governor's level and get that same message to him.
Meanwhile, the House returned to session in Springfield today, leading to more rallies to fund higher education. Demonstrators showed up early this morning, encouraging state leaders to override the veto of Senate Bill 2043. Part of the bill's funds MAP grants and community colleges across the state. Governor Rauner vetoed the bill on February 19th after it passed in both the Senate and the House.
Governor Rauner is defending the veto. In a press release, Rauner says the bill would spend more than $700 million the state does not have. Rauner cites two other state legislator bills with plans to fund MAP grants. He says those bills shift funds from other areas and reduce spending. And closer to home, as a result of the budget impasse, WIU says it will conduct various strategies to conserve funds. Over the next 2 fiscal years, WIU plans to cut $20 million to reduce expenses. President Jack Thomas says he believes this will preserve the university. As part of the immediate cost reductions for fiscal year 16, the university will limit spending to essential needs with restricted travel.
New at 4 non-union employees at WIU are receiving furlough notices today. This is a result of the state budget impasse. The number of non-paid days off is based on an employee's annual pay. Those making less than $40,000 will not be required to participate in the mandatory program. Furloughs will be implemented between June 1st and June 30th. Employees may begin taking them as soon as April 2nd. Controversy between members of the faculty union and its president. WIU employees are alleging UPI President Bill Thompson is refusing to negotiate with the university in order to alleviate job cuts. One faculty member is now taking action. News 3's Brianna Descaray has more.
In response to the petition sent out, Union President Bill Thompson said the administration has never asked the union to offer wage concessions in order to save positions. Author of the petition, Robert Hieronymus Wendt, disagrees.
I would argue that in August the administration did ask for that. In August they said wage concessions or layoffs or some combination.
His wife, Deanna Hieronymus Wendt, says it's a sin that Thompson is playing Russian roulette with administration, considering people's lives and livelihoods hang in the balance. One piece of paper hanging outside Robert's office is causing contention between faculty. One man who wouldn't give his name says the third sentence, stating we are getting a new professor from another department to replace her, is untrue and hasn't been verified yet. Robert says he and the union leadership disagree on the matter at hand.
I'm more than willing to offer wage concessions if in the end it means fewer layoffs than we get otherwise.
He says his goal for the university is to save as many jobs as possible, and faculty aren't the only ones losing jobs.
One of the things we don't realize is that many administrators have lost jobs.
Some WIU employees say at Monday's UPI meeting, Thompson said his only concern is faculty and they will not negotiate the scheduled 1% raise. For News 3, I'm Brianna Descaray.
Police departments in the area are watching the roads for anyone suspected of driving drunk. Illinois State Police will be watching high-traffic roads in Henderson, Fulton, and McDonough counties. Police will watch for swerving cars and drivers with suspended or revoked driver's license. These enhanced road checks will continue throughout the month of March.
The building housing the Western Museum, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the McDonough County Geological Society is soon getting a facelift, and it'll be done by WIU students. The Western Museum is experiencing falling insulation in the east side of the building. This area is not open to the public, but volunteers do go into the hazardous area for artifacts. Bill Suter is a professor of construction at Western Illinois University. Suter volunteered his students to help fix the roof to gain experience.
Students would be involved with the removal of existing insulation and then assist with the disposal of it. Some has to be sent to the be disposed of because it is damaged, but a lot of the material, the existing insulating material, is in relatively good shape, and our plan is to donate to the Habitat for Humanity group.
The insulation will be sprayed in place and then painted to match the roof structure. The project will start at the end of March and will be completed by the end of April.
The WIU Department of Art is hosting another community event, and tomorrow night you can go. They're called It's First Wednesday. It's from 7 to 9, and there will be activities in Garwood Hall, the heating annex, and a paint workshop and tissue paper project for the kids are a few of the fun activities planned. Projects are free and open to all ages. The next First Wednesday event will be April 6th.
It's election day in about a dozen states.
That's right, and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump look to make commanding strides toward their party's nomination. But still ahead, what one poll suggests might happen in the general election.
And next, after nearly 4 decades, one county employee calls it a career, and his friends and colleagues give him a fitting send-off.
I'm Danny Fry. It's regional playoff time in boys basketball. Macomb High School taking on Canton. The Galesburg Regional continues, and who will continue on to make a run to the state tournament? We'll have that later on in sports. Let's look at the weather. Hey, Devin.
Hey, Danny. Take a look outside our tower cam right now. It's a very big difference from this time yesterday where it was warm and sunny, and today it is cloudy with a little bit of snow flurries falling right now. Coming up, I will have some severe weather tips as it's Severe Weather Preparedness Week and my full forecast coming up.
To eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Emily Manley, Megan Sanchez, Storm Team 3's 5-day outlook, and sports with Danny Fry. Live at 4 continues.
Scott Adair has worked for McDonough County since 1977, but Monday, after nearly 4 decades of service, he punched out for the last time. I sat down with Scott to see what he has planned for retirement.
Oh, I think I'm going to miss the people that I've worked with for a lot of years, but I'm kind of anxious to retire too, to get on to something different environment. After 38 years, I think it's time.
February 29th will now be known as Scott Adair Day in McDonough County in honor of the time he served as county maintenance director. Heating, air conditioning, electrical, and more, Scott always made sure things ran smoothly for county buildings. Friend and coworker Joshua Wetzel says he's glad to have worked with Scott and will miss him, but knows he'll still see him around.
It's going to be really different, but I don't live too far from Scott, and I'll still go and see him, so it's not going to be that bad.
Even after working tirelessly for 38 years, Scott doesn't plan to slow down. He wants to continue doing residential heating and air conditioning and work part-time as a locksmith. Scott's wife Julie says she's not surprised he won't be resting much.
He can't hardly sit still, so I'm sure he won't sit for long.
A man described as humble, hardworking, and knowledgeable, Scott Adair will truly be missed by McDonough County.
I've really enjoyed my employment with the county, and I strive to do the best job I could all these years.
And what a good story, Megan. Moving to campaign 2016 coverage, voters in 12 states and territories cast ballots for presidential primaries today.
Democrats and Republicans both have a candidate looking to gain a large chunk of the delegates up for grabs.
Polls leading up to today's Democratic contest have Hillary Clinton in front of Bernie Sanders in all states, voting this Super Tuesday. Also, Republican Donald Trump is polling on top in all of today's contest except Texas. That's where Ted Cruz is ahead in his home state by 9 points. This is all according to Real Clear Politics.
Donald Trump may face a tough and losing battle with the Democrats if he wins the Republican nomination. A CNN ORC poll posed a hypothetical matchup with Trump against Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. The poll showed either Democratic candidate would beat Trump in the general election. The poll suggests Sanders has a slightly better chance of a general election win against Trump. The Vermont senator scored 55% support in a pretend head-to-head match against Trump's 43%. Clinton also tops Trump in the poll 52% to his 44%.
And we were a little spoiled this weekend with our 60-degree temps, might I say. So when can we expect to return this of spring? Now that the calendar, finally says March, I'm really hoping it's soon.
Devin Biggs has our Storm 3 forecast next.
Good. Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one, it's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes in your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think then? Arm or the butt?
My favorite thing about WIU is how much we work as a team. Everyone here has helped immensely, and when we work together, the outcome is amazing. Producing for the newscast, writing for the newscast, going to City Council every Monday. It's something that I've learned that it takes a team. There's no such thing as an I. If there's an I, then we know that something's going to go wrong. I really do believe WIU has prepared me for the outside world. I can't wait to see where I end up. I have to thank everyone that has been involved. You know, Jasmine Creighton, she has managed to help me overcome that scary part. And the way that you have a great show is not the content that you have, it's the people who you work with. And here at WIU, I have had a chance to work with some excellent people.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
Welcome back to Live at 4. It is Severe Weather Preparedness Week here in Illinois. You may have heard the outdoor warning sirens, also known as tornado sirens, sounding today at 10 a.m. I know it surprised my teacher today, but we have some tips for you today. What is the difference between a severe weather watch and a severe weather warning? Well, a severe weather watch basically means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, so it's not happening right now, or it won't be happening for a few hours, but the encompass a large area like this tornado watch that was actually issued a while back, and they usually last for a long time. A severe weather warning is different. It covers a small area like the small little tornado warning box right here, and they last for a short amount of time, roughly an hour, and in that case, it's important to make sure to take shelter. Our almanac page for today, March 1st, 2016, that high does look deceiving, but that was hit at midnight today. 48 to 28 is our range today, with 43 to 23 being our average for this time of year, with our record high of 65 set back at 1909. Boy, doesn't that sound nice right now. And don't ignore that 10 below, because that is too cold, set back in 1962. Sunrise and sunset ever still getting longer as we are getting daylight. Daylight saving time actually happening within a week or two. Looking at our Midwest weather tracker right now, nothing off to the west. Any potential weather going on right now is actually going off to the east and around the Chicago area, and just around the Macomb area too, as we are experiencing some snow flurries right now. So current temperatures here across the area, 31 in Davenport right now, 38 in St. Louis, 29 in Chicago, where it's a little cooler where that system is, and 36 in Des Moines, Iowa. Your temperatures for tonight, it's going to get a little cold tonight. 18 degrees in Des Moines, 19 degrees in Davenport. Will be about that temperature for Macomb also. Chicago will be seeing 38 for the high tomorrow with 61 in Kansas City. That will be nice, and that warm weather will be heading our way. Our temperatures for tomorrow night, St. Louis will be seeing 30 degrees for their low, along with Joplin, 31 in Louisville. But again, Chicago also cold, and Davenport and Macomb will also be cold also. Your forecast for tonight, skies will be clearing late tonight with a low of 20 with a northwest wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Your Wednesday, increasing clouds with a high of 39. Winds will be shifting out of the southeast throughout the day at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your NEWS3 exclusive 5-day forecast shows warming temperatures throughout the week with snow chances on Thursday. Right now, no accumulation. Friday night and Saturday, we'll see a small chance. I didn't put in the graphic because it's slow. Sunday also a chance. But look at Saturday and Sunday. We'll be seeing spring-like conditions with 56 for the high on Sunday. So spring-like weather returns again this weekend. It looks to last in the week next week. So finally, no more cold walks to class.
That sounds good. I'm tired of the wind. Now, Danny and Devin, I know there's a little bit of a rivalry going on last night.
Oh yeah, big rivalry.
There is. We'll get to that next in sports. I hope you like basketball because we have highlights from the hardwood, including a game that has ties to a couple NEWS3 members. Also, the Macomb High boys basketball team battles to keep its season alive in the Galesburg Regional. Western Illinois basketball seniors were honored on Saturday. Find out who came away with victories in their final game at Western Hall. All that and more next on Live at 4.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning. Why?
Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this.
You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors and to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Welcome back. I'm Danny Fry with sports. Basketball is a long season. It's finally playoff time for Macomb High. Monday night, the Bombers were in Galesburg for a quarterfinal matchup against Canton. MHS down 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. Head coach Jeremy Anderson making some adjustments. Bradley Hensler from behind the arc to start the second quarter. 5-point lead for the Little Giants. It was a little lead that would evaporate. Senior Joey Burke wants to keep playing. The runner falls down for the senior. The lob to Carter Fahey on the next play. He'll tease his defender a little bit before hitting the trifecta. Bombers take a 27-21 lead into halftime. Grant Hannett takes the ball away. Swiper knows swiping, and the coast-to-coast finish for Grant Hannett. And then not a replay. This time, Kyle Rash with the steal. He'll shovel it ahead to Hannett for another lay-in. Macomb starting to pull away. And guess what happens here, folks? Grant Hannett's going to make a layup. 11 points for him in the third quarter alone. Bombers with a strong second half. They win 53-31. Hannett leads the balanced MHS attack with 17 points. Macomb advances to the Class 3A regional semifinal tonight in Galesburg against the host, top-seeded Silver Streaks at 7 o'clock. On Saturday, the Western Illinois women's basketball team honored 4 of its seniors before taking on perennial power South Dakota State. We pick up the action in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left. Chloe Korneman, ironically not in the corner, dials up a 3, put the Jackrabbits up 60-54. Carrie Young pickpocketed from behind. Mallory Boyle ends up with it, pushes it ahead to Taylor Higginbotham. She'll hit the layup on the fast break. 64-62, South Dakota State. Sophie Reichelt, one word, bang, nails the 3 to put Western ahead with 24 seconds left in the ballgame. Could the Leathernecks pull off the upset? It was a nail-biter. The Jacks weren't done, though. Ellie Thompson knocks down the tough leaner off glass. SDSU up 66-65. Final play of the game, 6 seconds left. Player of the week, Michelle Maher on the drive. Can't get it to go. Time runs out. WIU loses a heartbreaker. Maher following up her record-setting performance on Thursday night with 21 points. Western is the 5 seed in the Summer League tournament and will face Oral Roberts Sunday at noon in Sioux Falls. Over to WIU men's game right away, wasting no time. The Leathernecks eliminated from the Summer League tournament, but they're playing for pride against South Dakota. Strong drive leads to a turnover, and then Jalen Chapman, his favorite sandwich is peanut butter and jam. The slam dunk there, Garrett Covington will casually walk up and he'll bury the tray. A little windmill action afterwards. The Leathernecks certainly having fun. I am too. Waning seconds of the first half, no look pass to Sandifer. 3, little Jay Connor action there from the corner. Leathernecks up 54-29 at half. South Dakota would go on a 19-0 run to cut Western's lead down to 6 points in the second half. Casper Bauer with a 3, and then WIU ended the run. Jalen Morgan gets a layup to go off of the window. The purple and gold forced crucial turnovers late to win 90-76. The season is over for the Leathernecks at 10-17 overall. Garrett Covington with 16 points. The senior J.C. Fuller drops 13. Bonus highlight time. A NEWS3 rivalry on Monday in Springfield. The Class 3A UIS Girls Basketball Super Sectional. Highland versus Lincoln. Emily Manley, who used to ball up for the Lady Bulldogs, and Devin Biggs, he was the Railer mascot a couple years ago. Let's see who's going to state. Lincoln versus Highland. Biggs versus Manley. The Recreation Athletic Center at UIS. Amanda Ponce drives baseline. She'll score off glass. The Bulldogs out to an 8-0 lead early with Lincoln's best player on the bench, but Haley Williams dials up a tray. The Railers finally got into a groove. And there's the Lincoln Railer fans pumped up. The old man with the throwback, he is not pleased. Pull-up jumper no good, but Laporta there for the putback for the Highland Bulldogs, getting it to go. And then the lone senior for the Railers with a strong drive, getting it to go off glass. That would cut the Highland lead down to 2. That is as close as it would get. Ponce would seal the deal from the free throw line. Final score, the Highland Lady Bulldogs win 48-40. The Lincoln Rail Splitters fall. And that brings us over here. I know, Devin, you were talking some smack, but it ended up going Emily Manley's way.
What can I say, Devin? You'll always lose to me.
I'll never win against you, except in weather.
Okay.
But we do have some action shots, though, too, of you guys in action back in high school.
Oh, God.
It's not Thursday, but a throwback Tuesday, if you will.
Transformation Tuesday, that's what they call that.
Devin was in that contest.
And it was
Devin
hot
was
in
in
there.
that costume.
Devin looks just like you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I do have to say, like, it was awesome. I'm so glad. I was texting Devin last night, and I'm so glad we won. So congrats to the girls.
We'll be right back.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why?
Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Now, thank goodness it was warm on Saturday because more than 140 runners took a jog around the campus on a beautiful, sunny afternoon. It just so happens that the runners were only partly dressed.
The third annual Nearly Naked Mile raises money for the McDonough County YMCA Children's Scholarships. The race was only a mile long, but in February, jogging outside without a shirt takes a little bit of motivation.
Everybody here was really friendly, so they helped push me along. It was pretty good.
My friends really wanted to do it, so I went with them, and they helped me really get through it because it was, even though it's 1 mile, it was kind of a stretch for me. So.
I would come to this again if I could next year. It was fun to run with my friends and then have that little competitive aspect to it.
This event raised over $1,100, and the first runner finished in under 6 minutes, so thank goodness it was warm. You know, normally it's really, really cold. But Devin, it's kind of cold now. Are we going to warm up at all?
Yes, we are going to warm up. It'll be warming up in time for the weekend with snow possible on Thursday, but it'll warm up by the weekend and by next week.
Fantastic. You know, I'm going to go for a little jog myself once it warms up, but I will be fully dressed.
Yeah, me too.
None of this partly dressed stuff.
No.
Oh, I feel like it.
Oh, okay, Danny. You keep that swipe or no swiping and that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and
jam.
We'll stick to jam. Excuse me. So that's all from us today.
Thank you for joining us.
You can join us tomorrow morning on Good Morning Macomb. You're going to be here for this because we always have some fun stuff. For Devin Biggs, I'm Emily Manley.
And for Danny Fry, I'm Megan Sanchez.
And from all of us, from News 3, have a great night, Macomb.